Good morning. Welcome to Pinky Mom's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. And I hope that I'll just give y'all just a few seconds to get on. I've been busy already this morning. Of course, I made a big batch of Chex Mix. Smells good too. I made a big old batch of this, and I'm going to be putting it in. I'm going to be putting it in little bags and bagging it up to have for whoever wants it. And I'm going to give it all away. But the day of our Christmas, I'll just have a, some kind of a basket or something with all these little treats in it. So anyway, I just want to show you what I've been doing. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. I'm by myself again today, but Carla's on the other end monitoring. So thank you, Carla. And Linda will be back Monday. And I'm not sure if I'll be with her or not. I'm just not sure yet. I'm not sure what she's got in mind or what she's going to do. But anyway, today I am making Toffee Bit Cookies. And so it's a real simple recipe. It's also in our cookbook. It's on our members page. It's on our members page, but it's also in this cookbook. This is our old cookbook, one of the first ones we made, and we are out of these now. So I announced the other day that I found another case of them, and we've already sold out. So I'm sorry, but it is in this book. If you have this book, or if you've ordered this book, it will be on page 41. So, and like I said, it's on our members page too. I have got a cup of all-purpose flour. Here's another cup of all-purpose flour, and a fourth a cup of all-purpose flour. So that is 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Get this salt open. And putting 1/2 a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to put a teaspoon of baking soda. I have preheated my oven. It's on 350. I always use the lid of this to taper it off. So I'm going to move this out of my way because this is my dry ingredients. You've heard me say before, dry ingredients. Well, that's what the dry ingredients is. That's everything that's not liquid. You mix that separate. So I'm just putting this in a smaller bowl and getting this all blended good. And I'm going to set this aside and get my other ingredients. I have 1 stick of butter, or 1/2 a cup. And I'm going to be putting 3/4 a cup of regular sugar and 3/4 cups of brown sugar. And I'm going to beat that up. I got my mixer. I got to turn. I'm so afraid I'm going to knock this over one day. Knock this off the counter. And I'm going to cream the butter and the brown sugar together. And I didn't do it ahead of time because this recipe is so simple and very short until I thought I'd do it all on camera. So probably should have creamed my butter. I'm used to creaming my butter before I ever put the sugar in here, and I didn't do it, so it will take a little bit longer to get this mixed up. But I hope y'all are having a great day. I stepped outside earlier this morning, and it's in the 30s, or early, low 30s, but I think it's going to be a nice day today. Yep, I should have creamed my butter. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Your sugar, your butter will just kind of get in balls. I'm just going to kind of stir it around with my mixer to try to get them Because if you cream your butter first, then it separates it. If you put your sugar in there before you cream your butter, now on low, so I won't knock it all out. So I don't think my butter was quite soft enough either. I had it laid out for quite a while, but it's not quite soft enough. So I am going to take my spatula here and mash that butter up. Whoops. Need to slow down a little bit, don't I? Now I want to get this sugar. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Can you see those little balls? That is butter. And that means my butter was not soft enough. So, and then there's a little piece of brown sugar that, I have some sugar keepers in my brown sugar. But somehow or another, you know, when moisture hits your brown sugar, it makes it gets hard. And I don't want that in my cookies. So I'm going to, when I see them, I'm taking them out. I think I need to get me some more sugar keepers. You know, Pepper Chef has them, and I got them in my brown sugar. But oh, I know that word. I emptied a new package of brown sugar this morning. It already had that in. That's what it was. And I seen that when I poured that in there, and I should have got them out thin. But I'm mashing this butter up because it was not soft enough. Because if you put your flour, if you put your dry ingredients in here before that butter is completely combined, blended with your sugar, or you're not going to get it. All right. I think I got it. I got it solid, all blended together. I'm going to give it one little, yeah, much better. I just wasn't paying attention about my softness of my butter. Now I'm going to put one egg at a time. It takes 2 eggs for this. I'm going to beat that up. This is supposed to make 4 dozen. It's going to be little cookies if it does. Because I actually thought about doubling the recipe. But I have got a table full of cookies and candy. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I've got so much to do today. This is a teaspoon of vanilla. So. Get this. Have y'all ever had toffee cookies before? All right. Now I've got my wet ingredients mixed up, and now I'm going to add my flour. This is my dry ingredients. I'm going to put about half of it in there. Mix it up. And then I'm going to put the rest of it. And this is like okay. Now I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to use my spatula. I think I'm going to get a more sturdier spatula. Well, I don't see my big one. I'll just use this one. Because I'm just going to get all this, and I may have to put gloves on and mix it with my hands, because cookie dough, you know, it's not supposed to be real wet. And so it's a little harder to mix when it gets down like this. But it'll eventually get mixed. And I might not have to put my hands in it. I don't believe I'm going to have to. Just take a little elbow grease. You ever heard of that? Brother Shaw was talking about last night, different lines that old people used to use. You know, what did he say? It was something, hog fever. Have any of you ever heard of hog fever? I have heard of it all my life, but I forgot what it meant. Well, he told us last night. And I imagine a lot of you are going to have hog fever during the holidays. Text in your comments if you know what the term hog fever is. I'll tell you what it is, but I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to see if y'all respond, to see if any of y'all know what the terminology is of hog fever. You know, I've heard of it all my life, but I really have forgot. Okay, now, the Toffee Bits. This is English Toffee Bits. And one package is 8 ounces. And that is only a cup and a half. It takes a cup and 3/4. And so I'm going to open another package. I'll use the rest of them in another recipe. I can put this on some pecan bark or something. So I want the right amount in these cookies, because that's the main ingredient. Okay. That's 1 3/4 cups of Toffee Bits. All right, now I'm going to get this out of my way so y'all can see me better. And I'm going to mix this up. Get this Toffee Bits mixed up in my dough good. You just kind of cut it in there. I don't have Carla with me today to help me stir. You know, when you get my age, you have problems with your hands and your arms and practically all over. Trying to cook. But I'm going to get all this in here, mix up all the Toffee Bits. Make sure that all the cookies, that's a lot of Toffee Bits. It's going to be a lot. But I know it's going to flavor it good. But I want to make sure I cut it all in there good. Because if I don't, I'll have some of them left in the bottom. And they won't be mixed up good. Have y'all ever made these? Did I ask y'all that? Because this is not something that I do every Christmas. It's just I found this recipe in our cookbook, and I cannot remember if I've ever made these or not. That cookbook, we made that cookbook, Linda and I did, back in 1995. So I can't remember all those recipes and who gave them to us. They all came from our family. And I can't remember who gave us that recipe. And I know I haven't made it in several years, if I've made it at all. I just know that Toffee Bits are good. I like them. So I think I've got it all mixed up where there's not any that doesn't have the... See? And I can tell you, my arm is already getting sore. That's a pretty good little workout. So you have to have a sturdy spatula to do that. Okay, Now, make, I'm gonna get me some, and I'm gonna, my camera, I don't seem like I've got it where y'all can see good. Okay, I don't know what will be better, is to make these with my hands or use this cookie scoop. I'm gonna try the cookie scoop. It's really thick, and I hope this is not, I'm not putting them too close. But you're only supposed to cook them about 11 minutes. You don't cook them long. So, and I'm gonna cook a couple of pans, and then I may be making smaller cookies, because I have an idea these cookies are gonna be big. I don't know, can't remember. I told my daughter Carla this morning that just sometimes my memory's worse than other times, and it just seems like lately it's just not as good. I think it's cause I'm tired. I am really tired. I won't be cooking on video next week because I've got to get prepared for my family to come. I still got a lot to do. All right. I don't know if I have room. I might have room to put 2 more on there. I'm going to make 1 pan. I'm going to make the next pan with a smaller scoop. You know, when you have big get-togethers and you have so much food, it's best not to make the cookies and the candy in big ones, because I can't count the times that I've seen people on their plate or whatever, they just ate 1 or 2 bites and eat half the cookie because they've got so many to choose from. So I think I'm gonna do the next one in smaller ones. But I got 3, 6, 9. I got 11 on this cookie sheet. I'll set my timer. Timer. The book says from 9 to 13 minutes. Is that right? Yeah, 9 to 11 minutes. So I put 10 minutes on the timer. I'm gonna go in between. Now I'm gonna get that smaller scoop. Let's see what they do with it. I think the smallest thing is in the dishwasher. This is the 1 teaspoon here, 1 tablespoon. I mean, I'm gonna make this one smaller because I feel much better about doing them smaller, because I made some more bark last night too. I forgot about that. I went to church, but making that bark is so easy. I did Ritz crackers, and then I put down a melted white chocolate and spread it. Oh yeah, I did white chocolate and Reese's peanut butter chips down the middle of the pan, and then white chocolate on both sides. Melted that, and then put some Christmas candy on top. I'll show it to you in a minute. I probably got more stuff made than will be eaten, but that's okay. They can take it home with them. So you can make these cookies any size you want, your preference. I think I think I like the smaller size better. I'm going to space them out a little bit better. I haven't made any cookies this year that really spreads out like a lot of cookies do. Okay, I'll show you the bark. Need to turn my light on. They're not spreading. I thought they'd spread. This is what I made last night. It's Ritz crackers and peanut butter Reese's peanut butter chips. I melted them, poured it down the middle, and then this is that white almond bark on both sides. And it is good. White chocolate. I love white chocolate better than I do the chocolate. So anyway, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 containers this size of cookies or candy. So anyway, and then time I get this done, and then I do the Chex Mix. I am putting up the baking stuff, and I am going to dwell on my house, getting my house clean, and of course I'll be doing pies next week for my neighbors. So, okay, I got another pan fixed. I think I'll go ahead and put this one on here. It said it'd bake 4 dozen, and I believe it probably will. So, I still got to go to the store and purchase ham and turkey. I don't think I have the broccoli. I've got to buy some broccoli. My family loves broccoli and rice casserole, so I'm sure that we'll have broccoli and rice casserole. We'll probably have cream corn, the kind you buy in the logs, because that's Linda's favorite. And I'll have turkey and ham and dressing, and then I don't think I've ever made that spaghetti salad. We called it back in the 60s, Watergate salad, and we always have that too. That's made with the pistachio pudding. I'll tell you where I first, let's see, when was it that I first found that recipe? Mary Crowley, that was home interior lady that started the home interior. That was back, Chuck was born in 71, and he was about 2 years old when I started with Pamper Chef. And I bought her cookbook, Mary Crowley cookbook. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have the cookbook. That's where I first found that Watergate salad. It's in her cookbook, and it's called Mary's Green Gook. But it's made with Watergate salad. We always have that. And usually that's my granddaughter Shelly's job. She makes that for me. Let me see, what else are we going to have? Truthfully, I have not even sat down and made a menu for our Christmas meal. But we will have plenty. I'm not sure what we're going to have. But anyway, we will probably do some singing. Charles Linnell and all of us. We'll probably do some singing. And we'll probably film that. We always do. I don't know if Linda and I will be able to do any out and about showing Christmas decorations or not. I'll tell you, when they had the Christmas parades in Longview and in Kilgore, I fully intended on going. And did you know I got it was during the time that I've been so busy baking, I forgot. I just forgot about them. And two, it's hard for me to get out at night. It's just hard for me. It's cold and I don't want to get sick. And it's what it is. You have to go early. If you want to get a good spot to see everything, you have to go early and stand a long time waiting on the parade. I can't stand a long time. If I'd have thought about it ahead of time, I could have got Braden to carry me a little stool or a lawn chair, and I could have sat down. But I forgot. That's another part of my memory. So anyway, I'm really not that happy with my Chex Mix. It smells good, but to me, it just does not have the right amount of seasonings. So I may look up and see if I can find a recipe, because I didn't use a recipe. I just added some garlic powder and some little onion powder, and what else did I put? Seasoned salt. I couldn't find my cayenne pepper. I wanted to put a little cayenne pepper in it, but I didn't. I put a few red pepper flakes, and the few pieces that I've eaten is not spicy at all. I put a little Worcestershire sauce in it, and I used instead of butter, and that might be where I went wrong, I used popcorn oil. So I don't know if that didn't have enough of flavor in it or what. I was just wanting to try it. But I cooked it for an hour, stirring every 15 minutes in 2 big old pans. And every 15 minutes, I would dump it off into this bowl, stir it up, put it back in the aluminum pan. And, but it just, I need a little bit more spice to it. And I think it's the cayenne pepper that I need in here. I did put a dash of hot sauce, but it's not spicy at all. I don't like real spicy, but it does need a little bit more kick. And I may just bake it over and put some cayenne pepper in it. So, anyway. I didn't, yesterday on camera, I didn't taste of those coconut macaroons. I did eat one. I love them. I was going to try not to eat one, but I did eat one. All right, let me check my... Oh. Okay. All right. Well, I cooked them 10 minutes. I'm going to cook them. I cooked them 10, and it says up to 13. I think it says up to 11 minutes. I'm going to cook them 1 more minute. I know you're not supposed to cook them. I know you're not supposed to cook them until they're completely solid, because they do get hard. But I'm going to cook them 1 more minute, and then I'll take them out. And cool them, slightly cool them before I put them on a cooling rack. I'm going to give you the recipe again. It's 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now that's your dry ingredients. And then in a separate bowl, you use a 1/2 cup of softened butter, and make sure it's softened. You see how it don't blend in good unless it's softened. And that's 1 stick. 3/4 a cup of regular sugar, 3/4 of packed brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 eggs, and 1 3/4 cups of Toffee Bits. And you just mix them all up and cook them at 350 for, these I'm cooking for 11 minutes. Now I'm taking them out because you be surprised what 1 more minute will do. put another pan in. Ooh, I touched that cookie. I touched that cookie with my pot holder, and that was hot. See? They smell good. It's a lot of toffee bits in that. And the toffee bits kind of melt, and it's kind of like caramel. It's got to set in the pan for about 5 minutes, and then I will put them on the cooling rack. You can't pick them up now because they will come apart because they're still real soft. But you want them soft because when it sets here another 5 minutes, it continues to cook. So you don't want to over bake them. But they look good, and I'm sure they are, because that toffee, when it melts like that, it's going to be good. So I'm not gonna taste it. I'm gonna try to take a picture of all the things that I've cooked this week and put it on Facebook. Thank y'all for this party, the star party. Y'all are so kind. Oh yes, thank you. Set my timer. Thank you. Okay, I set it for 11 minutes. Thank you. I forgot who said that, but thank you. I did forget to set the timer. Good morning, Charlene. I'm going to see if I can't get in front of this camera so I don't have to do my neck. Nope, I can't do it. I guess I could do it this way. I'm going to move this camera over some so I can see it without me. See if I can crank this thing up. Move it up a little bit. I have had this stand for years, and I forget how to operate it. Lydia, you said you just started Cookbook Volume 2. Can't wait to get it. I'm sure glad. If it said, if the order went through, then you did get one, because they're out now. So, Deborah Jordan, good morning. Diane Hodge, thank you. They smell delicious. Kathleen, thank you for joining us. Pat, Clyde, Chandler, Peggy Jones, Margaret May. Hi, Margaret, Audrey, Walton, Pammy. The ingredients, I will go over it one more time. And Peggy, Donna Day, if you don't get the ingredients whenever I'm giving them to you, and I've given them to you twice, when I was putting it in there, and then whenever I read the directions, you can, when you go back and watch the video, just pause it, just stop it after you got 2 in your head. The way, I'll tell y'all an easy way for me. You know the cookies has got flour, sugar, butter, salt. You know the ingredients. So all you have to do is go back and listen to the amount. So before you start to write them down, write your ingredients on a piece of paper. Put your flour, sugar, butter, vanilla, salt, baking soda. Put that on your paper. And then when I'm giving it out, all you got to do is write the amount down. And it's much simpler and easier. That's what I do, because I can't read it. I can't write it down as fast as people tell me. But if I can't do that, I pause it. And that's just a little tip. Mary Harris, you got your cookbook last week? Good. We got a lot of orders to send out. They will be probably tomorrow. All those orders y'all did in the last couple of days will be mailed tomorrow. It says don't cook them but 9 minutes because they will cook they will look undercooked. They rely on in the toffee. Let's see what. Well, let's see. These has been cooking here about 5 minutes. I might not cook the next batch, but 10 minutes. Because 1 more minute does make a difference. So, maybe it depends on your oven too. Let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to get a different spatula. This little spatula is the neatest little spatula. It's little, but it's perfect for getting cookies up. Let me get my rack. I guess I'll move the camera now. That toffee, if you don't get them up pretty quick, after they sit there a few minutes, that toffee will stick to your paper. These are still soft, y'all. So, and I cooked these 11 minutes. And, whoo, my arm touched the pan. This pan is hot. So, I don't want them to get hard after they get done, after they sit and get cold, but I also want them to be done. I'm not the best cookie maker. Y'all know that. Linda, that's her specialty. Ooh, that toffee. That one's the one I touched with the pot holder. It kind of, all that gooey toffee bits, that caramel. Oh my goodness. That is so good. That's one I'm going to taste right there, one I tore up. Okay. All right, let me move this out of the way. I don't know. I'm going to taste of this. It's still a little hot. But I'm going to go ahead and taste it. Thank you, Jesus. That's delicious. I love that. Mm-hmm. It's still a little warm. Quite a bit warm. So, and see, it's still very soft. So I think 11 minutes. It won't be too long. I think I put too much in my mouth one time. Excuse me, I'm going to get you a drink of water. You know, chocolate, when I can't eat chocolate. I don't even care for chocolate that much. But chocolate would take my breath away and choke me up. That's toffee. This is not chocolate, but it kind of choked me. Excuse me. Yeah, 11 minutes. It may just be my oven. I don't know. But, of course, I will say, and I won't know until these completely get cool, whether that is too long or not. I'll let you know. Because when that toffee when it gets cold, it's going to be hard. So, the instructions is probably correct. 9 to 11 minutes. 11 minutes is why I'm cooking them. But I think I will go in between and do 10 minutes. Just to make sure. Because I don't want them to be hard. But that toffee, when it gets cold, it will be a little hard. So that's probably the reason. So, anyway, I've got, and these are with the big scoop. This is the size they are. That's with the big scoop. That's probably 3 inches, maybe. I've got the little scoop in there, and I think I'm going to like the small, the 1 tablespoon better than I do the tablespoons. Just make a smaller cookie, and you don't have to feel bad if you can't eat the whole cookie. Okay, let me see. Thank you, Kathleen. I like a crispy cookie too, Charlene. I do. I like a crunchy cookie. Hi, Cheryl, Donna Atkinson, enjoy saying all you names are familiar. I see y'all's names so much, and there's Dale, my friend. You like soft cookies. Well, that's good. I mean, I don't like them hard. I see Carla's on there. Elsie, you said I remind you of your grandmother. I have an aunt. I have an aunt named Aunt Elsie. Well, she's passed away now, but I was very close to her. And my Aunt Faye called me the other day. That's one of Mama's sisters. Mama has 2 sisters that's still living. They're in their 90s. I think she turned 9. I think Aunt Faye's 91 and Aunt Laverne is 93. Now Aunt Laverne lives in assisted living, but it's not. It's like a little private home. She's independent. Good morning, Deborah, Vicky. Good morning, Vicky. Thank you. Good morning to all of y'all. I will tell y'all now, thank you so much for all of your wishes for happy holidays and how much you love me and care for me and my family. I won't be able to respond to all of y'all. I wished I could, but I just don't have time. I really appreciate y'all's loyalty and support. Joan, I do. Some cookies I like hard and some cookies I like soft. That's me too. And I hope all of y'all. Oh yeah, hog fever. All right. I don't know if any of y'all have my nose is itching. I don't know if any of y'all. Let me wash my hands. I don't know if any of y'all have guessed what hog fever is or not, but I'll tell you what it is. Let me get the cookies out. Okay, now I will tell you, the smaller cookies probably doesn't need to be cooked but 9 minutes. I can tell by looking at them. I can tell by looking at these cookies that they're the smaller ones. I keep turning my camera. These are smaller, and probably 9 minutes on these small ones is enough. I cooked these 11, but I'm pretty sure 9 minutes on this size. So I'm going to put these others in the... This is another tray of the small ones. And I'm going to put the timer for 9 minutes. Because I think that's the difference. Is the bigger the cookie, it takes 11 minutes. But I'm just going to do 9 minutes on the next batch of the small ones. Okay. Now I'll tell y'all what hog fever is. You know, holidays, special occasions, and you get together and there's so much food, and you just eat and eat and eat until you eat so much till you just feel so bloated. You just feel so full that you have to go and lay down and take a nap. That's hog fever. You have to go to bed. You know, when you get sleepy. And that's after you've eaten so much, that's what the old timer said was hog fever, is that you just be a glutton and eat too much and then have to take a nap because you have overdone it. That's hog fever. So I don't know if anybody actually knew that or not. Matthew, so they're called biscuits, soft and hard cookies. All right. So, Joan, you said your grandpa always said it was hog killing weather when it was real cold. Yep, they did. That my grandparents said the same thing. And I remember us all going to Paulie's house, my mama's mother and daddy on the farm, and all her kids would get together on the day of hog killing, and they would when they killed the hog, they had a pit. They dig a hole, a big pit, and they would put that pig up above it, and they would let me see now. I'm getting goats and pigs mixed up. The pig, we had the big old black wash pots, what they called them, great old big wash pots. They would build a fire and put that wash pot on it and fill it with water. And you get that water boiling. And then you put that pig, I'm trying to think, I think they put it on a rod. They would put that pig on that, and then they would pour that pans of that scalding water all over that pig. And then and they turn it around and cover the pig in hot water. And then they would put like these, we used to call them toe sacks, burlap sacks. They would wrap the burlap on the hog with the hot water, and it would scrape all that hair off. Now, I remember that as a kid. I remember us doing, my parents doing that, and I'm sure some of y'all did too. But that's what they would do, and they'd get all that hair off, and then they would start slicing it up and butchering it and all that. But that's how they got the hair off. Now, what I was getting confused about the hole, the pit in the hole, is my pinky paw. My daddy's daddy, he lived right beside us, and when they would kill a goat, they would build a fire pit, dig a hole, and build a fire pit in it, and get it coal, hot coals in it, just real hot coals in it. They put that goat, I think they must have wrapped it in something, a toe sack. We call them toe sacks. It's burlap sacks. Wrap that goat and put it down on those coals, not a fire, but on those coals, and then they would cover it up with dirt, and they would leave that goat in that hole with those fires, those coals. I don't know. I don't remember how long. But Linda was here. She probably would remember. But that's how they cook goats. That's how they, that back then, they just did all kinds of things. Very doubtful if anybody still does that today. Very seriously, doubt it. And Irene, you remember hog killing days? Special days. Yes, it was special days. The men folks was doing the hog killing and putting all the water and all that. And the ladies was in the kitchen cooking for everybody. Because it'd be a big get-together. Because Mom had 6 kids, and her kids had 5 or 6 kids, and so we had a lot of cousins, and we loved every one of them. If Herschel Noy was on here, he could fill in the gaps that I can't remember, because he's got a good memory, and he posts a lot on his page about our childhood, and when he would do that, I would remember how they done it. And Mary Ann Bull, you said you don't remember ever eating goat. Well, we did. Not that often, but it would just be special occasions. They'd barbecue it. And Margie and Patty and Shelley, I remember when my parents killed a hog, it was an all-day job of working to get it processed. That's true. It is all day. All day. Goat steaks and sausages are delicious. Preston said that. I don't remember what all we did with it, but I just know that that's what we would do. And the kids, we loved it. And you know what? That is where it's different, I think, in days now. Parents don't do anything like that where the kids can be around it to learn all those things. But when we were growing up, the family did those things together. you know, and so when the adults got together to do things, the kids was with them. But now adults, they have so many other things to do, and so, Irene, you remember when your mom would send you the old smokehouse? Yeah, Molly had an old smokehouse too that she would, they'd smoke their meat, their bacon and stuff in. Good morning, Mayday and Debbie. Margie, you said you were city slickers and we never roasted an open fire. You know, I mean, everybody, it depends on how, you know, what area you're in. We lived in the city limits, but it was kind of out. It was kind of out. It wasn't, well, we lived a half a block from a public school. It wasn't really in the country, but we had acreage. It wasn't, so anyway. And Carol said your dad did all those things. I guess I'll let you go. I just wanted to reminisce a few minutes here. I get to talking and all these things keeps on coming back to me. And but I'll let y'all go. And I hope that y'all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll probably be on before the New Year, but I'm not promising because I don't know exactly what all that I'm going to be doing. But anyway, I know our church is having another meal at the church. Love y'all so much, and thank y'all for the whole year of all your love, your support, your orders, your membership, all you that have supported us through the membership. All of that is very special. And I didn't know who all was on the membership until I started doing the website, because little Linda always done it. And I just scroll name after name and see the people that has supported us. And I appreciate that. Linda and I both do. You know, it just means a lot. And I don't want to talk about what it costs to do this, but it's not just it cost us for us to do, because even just the website is very costly. So anyway, thank y'all so much, and don't forget to count your blessings. Remember, there's people that may not be as fortunate as you, so don't forget to think about them and show your love to them, and count your blessings. Don't forget to pray for little Linda. She does have COVID. So thank y'all so much, and hope y'all have a blessed day. I hope I've cooked something this week and the last few weeks that has inspired you to cook. And maybe I hope I made a new recipe for y'all. All of that, I just try to do the best that I can with my limited abilities. Love y'all. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye-bye.